How's it going, everybody? It's your host with the most. I am Dylan the Dragon, and today something very big is happening. Come along. The first TSS2 Direct. Come on, cheer. Way! That's what I like to hear. Now, in this TSS2 Direct, I'm happy to let you know that we'll be announcing new things for Dylan the Dragon 3. Yes, it is coming out, but it's coming out in like 2025. Just let me get to that. A new Dylan the Dragon project, a Dylan the Dragon TV show. But don't worry, I'm not the only one who's important around here, because we're going to be announcing some new George Pig stuff, like George Pig Gets Grounded, and even some Peppa Pig stuff too. We'll get to that now. Anyway, without further ado, let's go to the drawing board. And this is it. Alright, to kick off our very first Direct, we have some George Pig Gets Grounded stuff to announce, since he is the most popular, character, probably, on the channel. And some Peppa Pig stuff after that, even though they're actually, Joseph is prioritising me more when it comes to the channel and the mascot. Anyway, without further ado, let's present George Pig. Way! I made that fake cheer, by the way, George, because nobody's here except for Peppa and Daviv and insert the new character's name here and another one of those. Anyway, introduce yourself, George. Oh, hey guys, it's me, George Pig, and if you can remember me from the George Pig Gets Grounded series, I was pretty popular, and I'm what made this channel so popular. Dylan is being prioritised more than me now, and I feel happy for him, but it's time I come back, and we have a few new projects to announce about me, Peppa, and the whole gang. Anyway, let's kick it off with the revival of George Pig Gets Grounded. You heard me right, the revival. The revival. But it's coming back, in a season 2, but instead, it's mainly a radio show. That's the twist. A couple months after it gets pretty popular, though, we may release an actual show which is dedicated around a video version of it for DVD, straight to DVD or something like that. Anyway, the radio show will revolve around one big adventure. George and Stella are sick and tired of all of the crap they've been getting from this life. Daddy Pig is planning on kicking George out soon, but George can't do anything about it. He and Stella must venture out to the mystic ruins so that they can find Rintu yet again. Of course, Rintu doesn't actually live in a house, he lives in the ruins. And they must seek Rintu so that they can get rid of Daddy Pig for good. So, that's kind of the main plot of it. And, yeah, that's basically it. Thanks, George. Now, anything else to announce? Oh, yes! Peppa and Friends is coming back. Wait, what? Dylan, I know you're surprised, but it's coming back. It's coming back. Peppa and Friends is being revived with an episode 2 and the rest of the season being finished, where George, Daddy Pig, and a new character are coming back to hunt Peppa and Friends down and stop them from spreading good. It's pretty basic, but Peppa and Friends have to go on an adventure across the UK so that they can find the magic, basically a relic, which will which will turn Daddy Pig back good so that it can kind of cure the hypnosis from the first episode. That's basically it for the plot of the rest of the show. And it's set to release in 2025, around the middle of 2025, like June or July or something like that. Now, that's pretty much all I have planned. Oh yeah, and there's gonna be a movie. Now, I know what you're thinking. George Pickett's Grounded movie is coming! No. A paper animated movie known as Peppa Pig the Movie will be coming out in late 2025, and basically its purpose is that it's kind of like a spin-off. It's kind of like a spin-off to the original Peppa Pig show, except it's nothing like it. Now, it does actually have a story, and it isn't a compilation of episodes, so that I don't have to, get tired making the stuff. Anyway, it's going to be made with paper puppets, sort of, with paper backgrounds, and no, none of it will be coloured. That's one of the joys of what this film will be like. Yeah. So, now we can finally get to some brand new stuff. Dylan, take it away. Alright, thanks George. Today, for Dylan the Dragon, we'll be covering a few things. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat, yes, all of the things that George mentioned are confirmed, but there's some other stuff, even after what I've said, that we'll have to go through, because there's a lot of stuff in this direct. Anyway, I just want to say thank you guys all for tuning in this far. And basically, this will be all of the new stuff that the Dylan the Dragon series has in store, which means me, Daviv, and a brand new character, and also some old friends. Now, let's get down to it. Then, when all seemed sleepful, peaceful, and quiet, the Loch Ness came along, and he just had to ruin it. That clip was a sneak peek of our brand new villain in Dylan the Dragon 3. Now, what we've been doing for the past two installments in the franchise is basically we've just been revolving it around vacations, but this is a whole different thing. So, let me tell you the plot. Me and Daviv and some old friends, Bendy and Knuckles, don't ask, we are all back home after the Scotland adventure, as in Dylan the Dragon 2, and we're basically just chilling. And now, if you watched the post-credits scene, which was released a while back after Dylan the Dragon 2 was released on its own, you would notice that, spoiler alert, there's a Loch Ness at the very end of it, and that kind of teases the third movie. And as for that scene, it was another sneak peek of him. Now, I'd give you more info, but this is all I need to say. Okay. His name is Jab the Loch Ness. Weird name, I know, but I'm gonna have to fight him either way. And he's a Scottish Loch Ness who basically is trying to fight me in this third installment for a special reason, which you'll find out in the trailer, which is coming out. It's coming out like January of next year, or maybe as a Christmas treat it'll come out December 25th. He's after a special thing that I have, and me and Dylan have to go on the run, or we fight back. It's our choice. Now, Dylan the Dragon Free, there's a lot more info for it than meets the eye. There was that one scene, and I also asked Joseph to post a sneak peek of Jab the Loch Ness is like cartoony anthropomorphic style, which copies Sonic the Hedgehog elements, just like mine and Daviv's. Now, okay, what it is it's a sneak peek of what he'll look like in the cover and eventually in this new animated series, but we'll get to that after. Okay, so that's a rough description of him, but that's basically it. Now, info on Dylan the Dragon Free. Dylan the Dragon Free will be about 1 hour and 26 minutes long, I would guess. Or maybe up to 1 hour and 33 minutes long. It really depends. But I know it'll be longer than the first movie and the second movie. We're not finished filming yet, because, there's been a lot of planning needed to be done for it. And it's unlike all of the other movies where we kind of just go for it depending on what our planning is for the holiday. Now, for all of the Joseph fans, I don't think there's any who really need him in the movie. Joseph will not show up in this movie. Basically, Joseph will actually be not there, so like he'll just not be present throughout the entire movie. Now, I know that kind of sucks for me and Daviv, because we're the ones who are usually controlled by him, because we're plushes. I mean, usually. What's gonna happen is we're gonna have it so that we just don't include him in this movie, because it centers more around Dylan and fighting Jab than anything. So, that's it. That's it for Dylan the Dragon Free info. Or is it? Let's give you another clip. My name is Jab the Loch Ness. What kind of a stupid name is Jab? Knuckles sounds better. Thank you, Dylan. Knuckles, I thought you were trying to sleep too. Oh, Dylan, you must understand that I am an Echidna warrior. Why are you even here? You're not supposed to be in the house either. Oh, don't ask. I came over to read some books. And steal the grapes? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just get on with your fight. Okay. So, you want to go? Let's go. I've been waiting for this moment. That, my friends, was the actual first scene where Dylan actually kind of meets Jab. You'll see when the movie releases, but this movie is going to be epic. The trailer will make it look even more epic than it is probably, but it still will be very epic. Now, since all of the Dylan the Dragon Free stuff is finished and over with, I'm happy to be announcing a brand new direct-to-DVD version of Dylan the Dragon 1 and Dylan the Dragon 2. Now, I know what you're thinking. How on earth will he do that? Well, I'm gonna try, but what it is a DVD collection with a DVD for Dylan the Dragon 1, a DVD for Dylan the Dragon 2, a DVD for bonus features, the case, and there will also be a comic. That's a bit much, isn't it? But don't worry. This is because we'll only be making a limited amount of copies. since obviously I can't make all of these. It'll be difficult to do it. And I don't even know how to make DVD menus. I'll have to learn how to do that. But that's a video. A direct-to-video sort of edition. It'll have a while worth of bonus content, like even more sneak peeks of Dylan the Dragon 3, a new and classified at the minute short, as in a short movie, about 45 minutes, and it basically revolves around the brothership of Dylan and Daviv. It's kind of like a parody of Deadpool and Wolverine, also known as Deadpool 3. But, like more kid-friendly. It'll only be rated PG because it's a kid-friendly version. Plus, this is Dylan the Dragon. We're not talking about something hardcore. Anyway, it'll basically be rated PG. It'll be a parody of Deadpool and Wolverine, and it'll be all about different other like dragons, about sort of when Dylan and Daviv sort of met each other one time, but like they're brothers, but they met each other somewhere when they were like younger, and they were basically lost for a while, and basically what happened is they found each other. They started fighting. They didn't realize that they were brothers. They found out, and the whole story escalates into madness. That's it for the DVD. Now let's get to some other stuff. Right off the bat, our next thing is probably one of the biggest, as in most ambitious projects for Dylan the Dragon as a whole. The Dylan the Dragon TV series. This will revolve around the plush versions of Dylan and Daviv as they try to enjoy, it basically takes place after Dylan and Daviv moved to Wales. So what it is they're trying to get back into the lifestyle of how Welsh people live, and they go on all crazy adventures around the place. Basically, it takes place in South Wales, and what it is it's a adventure sort of buddy story, and there'll be 6 episodes, kind of basically the same amount as the Knuckles series, each being 20 minutes, and they'll release every single month, as in one every single month. So after 6 months, the show will be complete, and basically that'll be it for the show. Its first episode will be coming out after Dylan the Dragon 3, so it will be coming out in most likely between early and mid 2025, I'd say April or May, and it'll continue. If it begins in April, it'll probably end in October. And I think that's it for the show. Now, for the next project. Without further ado, our most ambitious Dylan the Dragon project currently. Project Ancient Relic is a Dylan the Dragon book, all about Dylan and a couple other characters, including Daviv and a new villain known as King Tan, on their home planet, the home planet of Diplodopia. Weird name, right? Compared to names like Mobius, though, it's pretty normal, I guess. Anyway, that's the name of my home planet. Like the other version of me, I mean. Now, what it is basically it's an action, a dark fantasy movie, I mean, not a movie, but we may turn it into a... never mind. It's a dark fantasy book, and it's based around Dylan trying to retrieve a relic which can control time. So it's basically a time travel device. King Tan has been searching for it for centuries, millenniums if you want, and he's been searching for it. He's sent all different dragons, and one time he finally snapped at Dylan's great-grandfather, Dewi the Dragon, or Dewi Dragon, whatever you want to call him. He, like all the others, was unable to retrieve the relic, and it sent King Tan into a tantrum like a little child, and he set a curse on the rest of the family. Yep. Basically, Dylan has to retrieve it, and if he doesn't, he'll be cursed yet again. The only other way to break the curse is to overthrow the king who gave the curse. And that's a rough story, plot. Now, that's it for the Dylan the Dragon section. Let's get to something else. Because it's the night of Halloween, I thought I'd announce a new horror movie or thriller movie, depending on how you see it, and it's coming out in 2026. It's based on FNAF, inspired by it, heavily, and Chuck E. Cheese also. Because it's based on a pizza place, and there's one guy, and he basically breaks into the pizzeria. In the pizzeria, he's trying to find something that the pizzeria took from him. That'll be revealed in some time. And the pizzeria, they took a lot of money from him from a scandal that was performed by the owner to get money so that they wouldn't go bankrupt. And they ended up shutting down because he broke in and got all of the money that they had took from him. They had to file for bankruptcy, and they closed later on in the year 1985. In 1985, he went back there as a security guard, and let's just say the animatronic was trying to find the perfect revenge for his company. The animatronic was being controlled by an actual human. It was a manual animatronic. It was one singular robot, and the robot on the night shift got up off stage and started hunting for him. Over the next week, he'll have to try and survive against this killer animatronic. Make sure that him and his brother stay safe, and he'll have to make sure that he finds out what's going on. Tolly's Pizza, weird name, coming 2026. That was it. That's the entire plot of the story. And it seems pretty basic, but it's something I came up with on the spot and thought, hey, that would be a good idea for a movie. So I started working on it, the storyboards, the writing, all of it. It's coming out in 2026, most likely around late 2026. Probably around October time for the Halloweeny feel. And that's all about that. And other general projects, since there aren't too many, include Dylan the Dragon, another version of the DVD for when the third movie comes out, and it'll be a trilogy. A Dylan the Dragon TV series DVD, and also the production of a new Sonic film. I'll get to that now. The Sonic movie that I'm planning on making will come out most likely 2027, because I have a lot of projects planned here for the next 3 years. Either 2026 or 2027. It'll be a movie, except it'll be pretty short. Only about 45 minutes. It'll be animated though, so it'll take a lot of time to create. If I can, I'll get it released by Christmas next year. It's just about something that happens in Mobius. It's kind of like almost a sequel to the original Sonic the Hedgehog Saturday AM series, you could say, where Mobius, or inspired by, where Mobius is being taken over by Robotnik. Sonic and his friends have to try and stop him by infiltrating his base the size of a city, and that's where the entire film takes place. And it'll be about 53 minutes long at most, maybe 39 minutes at least, and in the middle it would probably be about 45 minutes, I would guess. That's the most practical one. But that, my friends, concludes our TSS2 Direct for this year. And that, my friends, concludes our very first TSS2 Direct of all time. And it also concludes this year's one. We'll be back next year with some new exciting projects. By then, hopefully, these projects, or some of them, will have released, like Dylan the Dragon 3, like an episode of the TV series may come out. But as for me, I'm signing out as Dylan the Dragon. Thank you, and happy Halloween!